G'day guys and welcome back. I am still in my jammies and haven't got anything together yet for today. We've fed the baby and she's chilling on the floor. But I'm trying to really discipline myself to get back into Bible reading as a priority of the day, and obviously I can't do that like as soon as I get up because the baby is awake and stuff's happening, and if I try to get up early she also gets up early. So I'm trying to get into a routine where I actually have some time to dig into God's word. I was trying this before, but I couldn't, like, for some reason it wasn't sinking in. And I watched a video by Coffee and Bible Time, and they were, really advocating for using a Bible study, like reading through a Bible study. Now, I don't own Bible studies, but I do own Christian books, and this book is one that I've been trying to read for a very long time now. I think I got at most a quarter of the way through it, but I was so on and off with reading it that I'd like pick it up and completely have forgotten what I read previously. So, in an attempt to get back on track with my quiet times, I am reading Disciplines of a Godly Woman by Barbara Hughes. Now this seems like a proper book, but what I do when I'm reading this kind of thing is I'll just, you know how they have those subheadings? I'll just read one subheading. So today I read the subheading of the Godliness Workout, and it's only 2 pages. Not even that. So that's manageable. And, if you're only reading that amount, there might not be reflective questions or whatever, but I tend to come up with my own reflective questions based on whatever Bible verses they've used. So this section was really about committing to running the race, and pursuing God into a workout. So not just, I guess, waiting for godliness to magically come to you or anything like that. There's a car pulling up out front and I don't know what they want. Anyway, so the verse that stood out to me, I also have a new journal. I finished the old one, so I'm just doing little, writing the verse that stood out to me, and then writing some reflective questions. I don't know if I'm going to do that the whole time, but it's how it's going at the moment. So the verse that stood out to me from this section was Hebrews 12 verse 1. It says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us." So, a few words stood out to me there, and the reflective questions that I wrote are: what hinders you? What gets between you and God? What sin do you fall into? Take steps to cut yourself loose and refocus on Him. So I thought that was just a really good point of reflection to share with you guys. Like, those few questions, I'll probably spend a while reflecting on those. But what hinders you? What gets between you and God? What stops you from digging deeper into God and into who He is? What sins do you fall into the most easily? Like, is there a specific sin that is an issue for you? Something that stops you from connecting with God, something that you fall into frequently? And once you've identified those things, make a conscious effort to take steps to avoid and cut off those sins, to take steps to really reprioritize and refocus on God. So, like, a massive hindrance for me, I think, was just my priorities, like putting my baby as the first priority, which of course is, you know, you're meant to prioritize keeping your child alive, but you know, prioritizing things like housework and cleaning up after the baby and that sort of thing, instead of realizing that God is still the most important priority. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm not perfectly fit or if I don't have time to do the vacuuming today. Like, vacuuming in the grand scheme of eternity is not the most important thing. Prioritizing sitting down, reading God's word, digging into who he is, that is the most important thing. So it doesn't matter if your schedule ends up a little pushed around. It doesn't matter if you need to reshuffle some things tomorrow. If you're able to fit in time with God and sitting with him, then that is by far the most important thing. So ordinarily, I think right now I'd be going through my diaries, planning, I'd be making the beds or changing the sheets or doing the laundry and all that kind of thing. But being able to let go of that and just accept that, look, it's okay if that doesn't all get done right now. There is, God willing, still tomorrow. There is time. And, you know, God's not going to judge you based on if your bed is made, you know. So yeah, I thought I would share that with you, share those questions with you, and I hope that you found it at least mildly interesting, if not encouraging. So I look forward to seeing you next time, and I'm going to go and make the bed. Farewell.